But in the meantime, there is some coffee out in the lobby. If you haven't had a chance to grab a cup of coffee, there's some coffee out in the lobby. You can fix yourself a quick cup of coffee, and we anticipate to start in the next 10 minutes or so. Thank you.
That goes straight to projectile. That's why that was displayed. So we cannot change. No, I think the level project. No, the video is what is
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. It's beer. Hello. How did me before? Dima juga tahu biar ada makan. Mana? Harasa masih. 깔아라서 말씀해 Treina switch. Estou não saber tiro.
It's been months of hard work, laboring to see this through, and the culmination of where we are now. It's taken a lot of teamwork, and I'm proud to say that. It's been months of hard work, laboring to see this through, and the culmination of where we are now. It's taken a lot of teamwork, and I'm proud to say that what we've got right now is something that's dynamic and something that our local market needs right now.
As Liquid Intelligent Technologies, we are opening the door to the world. We are giving Botswana the opportunity really to embrace digitalization.
Now Botswana is connected to the 80,000 kilometer fiber network that belongs to Liquid in Africa. My name is Kebonye Mwedisa Diploma Mokhati. I'm the Chief Engineer for Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana. The liquid fiber is going to impact connectivity for the country in terms of diversity because now we are going to have a route in Lobatse, which was not explored before, minimizing any possibility of blackout in terms of internet provision for the country. It's bringing a fast internet because it's leveraging on the data center and fiber infrastructure for Liquid, as well as the multiple peering that Liquid has with the content providers.
We've got managed services, we've got bespoke solutions in place for our customers. We are a direct gold partner with Microsoft, and with that they've got a whole range of products that are going to be available to the local market. My name is Sefalana Muputing. I'm the head of sales at Liquid Intelligent Technologies. We've optimized our network and our technological capabilities to be able to give you this diverse product offering.
What's critical with this rebranding as well as introduction of the new strategy is ensuring that we have the right skills in place. I am Joyce Manamizi. I am the Finance Director as well as Human Resources here at Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana. At Liquid, the culture that we have fostered is one where we are proud of what we offer to our customers. It's a culture that they carry whoever joins us as well. It's such a huge milestone to have fostered this, and a team of energetic people who are there for the customer. Regardless of where the business is, we have satellite services. Regardless of the size of the business, our products are scalable. We want to reach each and every Botswana and provide them with access to these solutions that not only improve their lives, but as well, from a financial perspective, will improve your bottom line.
It's been months of hard work, laboring to see this through, and the culmination of where we are now. It's taken a lot of teamwork, and I'm proud to say that what we've got right now
Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin, let me take this opportunity to thank you for your patience. We are starting a little bit behind time, but we just wanted to give everybody an opportunity to be in the room to see everything from the beginning. Because right from the get-go, as you can see on the screen, there's a lot of important information that's going to be shared. Chief Executive Officer at the Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, Re Martin Mokware. Director of Policy Development in the Ministry of Transport and Communications, Re Cecil Masiga. Chairman of the Internet Service Providers Association, Dr. Bernard Ndove, Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana Managing Director, Re Udirile Tamajobe, and your team at LIT Botswana. Esteemed guests, my colleagues from the media, once again, good morning. Once again, good morning. Hey, there we go, there we go. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and joining us today as we celebrate the beginning of a new leg in Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana journey, which began in 2018. My name is Penyo Moroka, and I'll be directing this morning's program. Today is really about three things. Number one, today is about looking back and reflecting on the last now few years, the milestones that have been reached, and the challenges that have been conquered. Today is also about looking forward to a Botswana where every individual is connected and the role that Liquid Intelligent Technologies has to play in ensuring that Botswana is realized. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, today is about reaffirming the commitment to delivering big impact and service excellence, to being courageous enough to embrace change. As we all know, in the digital space, change is quick, change is constant, to championing the bold and pioneering spirit, and to being in it for the long run. That's the three things today is about as we look to a new chapter, a new leg in Liquid Intelligent Technology Botswana's journey moving forward. Now, before we get into the program, a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, please note that all COVID-19 protocols are to be observed for the duration of the program. That means, as far as possible, please ensure you do not remove your masks unless you need to take a swig of water. We have sanitizing stations outside as well. The bathrooms, if you leave the venue, to your right. As you get out into the lobby, to your left, next to the exit to the pool area. The ladies and gents are there. And then, of course, please try out the Wi-Fi. Liquid Intelligent Technologies tells me that they are the best and the baddest. And they've asked that we challenge them. So if we could all connect to their network, let's see what happens if we congest their network. The network is LIT Botswana. It's open, so you don't have to enter a password. Test it out and give me feedback during the course of the morning. And let me know if they are indeed the best and the baddest. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, to get our program underway, I now invite Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana Managing Director, Re Udirile Tamajobe, to share a little bit about Liquid's journey in Botswana thus far.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Martin Mokhare, Ministry of Transport and Communications, Director of Policy Development, Mr. Masira, Chairman of the ISP Association of Botswana, Dr. Bernard Ndove, CEOs, directors, and all other captains of industries herein represented, Liquid Intelligent Technologies executive team members, all media houses herein represented, Liquid Intelligent Technologies staff, protocol has been observed. Good morning. Dumelang. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the launch of Liquid Intelligent Technologies. We are here today, ladies and gentlemen, to witness the transformation of Liquid Telecom to Liquid Intelligent Technologies. Technology. please. This transformation is a business transformation that aims at keeping the company abreast with the changes in the technology space. We are evolving from the liquid telecom that was mainly focused at providing connectivity solutions to you, ladies and gentlemen, to a more involved company that takes all the business needs of you stakeholders and provides a one-stop shop, a one-stop solution to all your needs in the technology space. This is who we were, the old liquid telecom that you are so used to and the one that you love. And we are now evolving and moving forward as liquid intelligent technologies. And ladies and gentlemen, let me take you through our vision and mission. Our vision and mission are, we are transforming our continent. We are transforming Africa with solutions that are designed in Africa, for Africa, by Africans. To empower our people and the communities that we are in, we will be working with the local communities. We are currently working with local communities. We empower the people that we work with, and we'll continue doing that as our mission. We also bring business solutions with African intelligent technologies. These solutions are designed in Africa, as I've already said, by Africans with African intelligent technologies. Now, to take you through our sub-brands for liquid intelligent technologies. We have liquid networks. This is our backbone. This is the backbone of the broadband for Africa, the backbone for our network in Botswana. Basically, this is our livelihood. This is the lifeblood of the businesses in Africa, the lifeblood of your businesses. And we have liquid business. My background is business to business, B2B. So whenever I talk about liquid business or the business, I have a passion. Our business is to know and understand your business. Your business is our business. We are going to take care of your business with solutions that are really tailored to provide the solutions that you need. Labs. Liquid Intelligent Technologies has invested extensively in research and development. We have skilled resources that are dedicated to research, dedicated to providing solutions that are for the people, for the community that we serve, and for Africa. Home. This is another sub-brand that is really to reach and increase connectivity in the country, in Africa. Penetration rate has always been said to be very, very low. The mobile technology has come and helped increase the penetration rate, but we want to take connectivity to your home, to your doorstep. So we will be providing fiber to the home, fixed wireless access, and all the solutions that you need at your home. And obviously we have partners that we are collaborating with, ISPs that we are collaborating with. It is in our DNA to collaborate. We will continue working with our partners. We will continue finding local companies that we can work with to bring the solutions to your doorstep. The cloud. Our cloud business connects businesses to the cloud. We offer public and private platforms, applications, unified comms. We've recently launched the Liquid Intelligent Technology Cloud, and we really want to demystify this to Botswana. We should understand what cloud is. Our team is here to provide insight into cloud, demystify it, and provide solutions for Botswana. Cybersecurity. Every day we get to know of stories where big corporates were hacked, they were attacked, information has been stolen. So as Liquid Intelligent Technologies, we have found it fit to really move into this space to protect your businesses. We have solutions under cybersecurity where we can take care of your most valuable asset, your data. Satellite. Our satellite really enables us to connect everybody who is in the remote area, everyone who is in places where there is no network. We have clients in the remote areas, you name it, the Okavango Delta, the remote villages. We provide connectivity through satellite. We pride ourselves in this technology. So we will continue servicing the country through satellites. And obviously, we will also be looking to partner with government and yourselves to see how we can take connectivity to the rural areas, to the people. Our aim is really to connect the people. We have a solution. You don't have to wait for fiber to be deployed to the remote areas. There is technology that can provide connectivity to those areas. Liquid sea. These are the cables at the sea that are connecting you to the rest of the world. So we have Liquid sea under Liquid Intelligent Technologies to help us get from the terrestrial, travel through the sea, and connect everybody to the rest of the world so that we are always connected globally and we can carry on with our businesses. It is our business to really take care of this. You don't have to know what is happening behind the scenes. Our legacy, we are a company of firsts, and we are going to continue being a company of firsts locally. So just to talk about where we're from, we were the first fiber to cross the Zambezi, first Cape to Cairo terrestrial connection, first fiber to connect South Sudan, first to cross continent east to west connections. So rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, even locally, we are going to be very innovative as Liquid Intelligent Technologies. We are going to bring firsts, and we are going to really live up to our promise as a technology company. Now, here the visuals here are really just telling us that we are available in the cyberspace. We have cloud networking. The data is secure. The secure cloud. You don't have to really fear. There is that fear locally about storing information in the cloud. The rest of the world are doing that. Banks are doing that. Big corporates are doing that. Let's follow suit. So we have the solutions at Liquid Intelligent Technologies to really take care of your data, store it in the cloud. You don't have to worry about the old filing system. Earlier we talked about how we used to struggle when we were at tertiary, having to first understand the filing system for you to be able to access a book in the library. So you can imagine now how easy things are. Everything is just in the cloud. Information is stored in the cloud, and is easily accessible to its owners. Our commitment to Botswana. We are expanding our offerings beyond telecoms and connectivity capabilities. Like I've already said, we're including cybersecurity, cloud services, unified communications, managed network services, and a lot more. These are the things that we are now bringing to the local market. We have a consultative sales approach to ensure that we address the market requirements. We will be sitting with you, we'll be having meetings, we'll be designing solutions together. We are not coming to you with a ready-made solution. We need to sit and understand what your needs are, and then design a solution that fits your needs. We are a strong continental partner that provides our ICT solutions to our customers. So we are in about 13 countries. We draw expertise from group, from the other affiliates. So we know what we're talking about. We know what we are going to deliver. We are going to be your partner in business. Currently, we have deployed fiber from the Lobatse Pioneer border, running to Gaborone, which is about 83 kilometers. This is just the beginning. This is our backbone to enter the country. From the border to South Africa, to the data center in Johannesburg, we are also riding through the liquid intelligent technologies fiber, connected to the Cape to Cairo fiber that we spoke about earlier. Now, we are going to expand on this fiber. We are building metros or metro rings in Gaborone, in the greater Gaborone region. We are also moving out of Gaborone to other towns. This is very important, really, for us to be out of Gaborone. We are giving you, ladies and gentlemen, our client, an option. Liquid intelligent technologies is here. It's an option. You have other players in the market, there are options. For the country, we are giving the country a redundant route. As a country, we can't all black out at the same time and then we say there is no internet in Botswana. We are here to provide a redundant route. We are here to give you a choice. We are here to give you collaborations. We are here to give you partnerships. Ladies and gentlemen, work with us through this journey and experience what liquid intelligent technologies is providing. Our investment into our communities. What have we done so far since the Director of Ceremonies has already said 2018, when we were licensed to operate in the country? Are we just here to grab money and run? We have what we call liquid edge zones under our CSR programs. These are educational zones. So it's edge zones. We are launching a project where we are going to connect tertiary institutions across the country with free Wi-Fi. We have identified through the ministry that we report to, through the Office of the President and other stakeholders, we have identified the 5 tertiary institutions that we would want to start giving free Wi-Fi. We intend to be connecting a tertiary institution every quarter to give free access to free Wi-Fi. This project is well advanced and we'll be talking about it not in the so distant future. We had Muzinda Hub, where we are providing free internet to the local Muzinda Hub franchise under Dare to Dream, led by Captain Patsima. She's here, ladies and gentlemen. This initiative is where the youth are trained in entrepreneurial skills, coding skills, life skills, So we have partnered with Dare to Dream. We are giving free internet so that the youth can enroll into these programs and take off the burden from government, start their own businesses, find jobs that are not heavily relied on government. Not in this slide, we've also trained over 100 youth on installation of fiber, maintenance of fiber, splicing of fiber. This was giving back to the community. We are enabling the youth, ladies and gentlemen, to start their own companies so that the people in the industry that we are in can be able to give them jobs. Not jobs as in hire them, jobs as in contracting them. We aim to change the mindset of the youth so that they can be self-employed. So we were imparting skills to the youth, encouraging them to partner and come up with companies so that we can have them in our databases. And we've also spoken to the people that we're doing business with that we have this pool of skilled youth. Please look at the list when you have jobs going out. Community projects. At the World Telecommunications and Information Society Days, we have donated computers, we have donated desks, we have donated chairs. So far, our donations on those days sits at over 90,000, because here we haven't put in small things like water and all other things that we were doing for the guests. But we do go out and give to the schools and to the communities that we are in. And for the COVID-19 pandemic, as Liquid Intelligent Technologies, we have also given to the country. We have donated test kits worth 400,000 pula to the country to assist and take the burden from government. Ladies and gentlemen, I was told not to make a speech, and I hope I didn't make a speech, because we have guests that will be gracing us with speeches. And my team has been saying, kindly keep it short, don't make a speech. I hope I did exactly that. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Re Tamajobe, for that very comprehensive deep dive into liquid intelligent technologies, who you are, what you do, and what you have to offer for Botswana going forward. Haner le go lenyalong nka be ke botsa gore a ngwana o ga ana batsadi. Sean, I'll translate for you after this, yeah? Okay, great. So, ladies and gents, we're going to move on with our program. But before we do, I get the sense that maybe winter has crept into the room a little bit, right? So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask that we all stand. Awesome. And then I want us to try and touch the sky. Let's just get a bit of a stretch going. Get the blood flowing. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Take your seats. And to confirm if that worked, I'm going to ask, are we all good? Are we all still together? Yes. Hey, there we go. Welcome to the event, guys. Welcome to the event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what Re Tamajobe has spoken about takes guts, particularly in the current economic times, thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. I think it takes a special kind of business led by a special kind of person to say, you know what, we had these plans to go in, to go hard, to invest heavy, to look at the current economic climate and say, you know what, we're still going to do it. It speaks to guts. It speaks to the pioneering spirit I touched on earlier. It speaks to the courage to embrace change. And I think for a large part, it speaks to one's belief in their resilience against, the current very difficult circumstances that many businesses face, not only in Botswana, but across the world. Now, our guest speaker, to me, is the personification of that resilience. Having survived a nightmare that no human being should have to endure, she has risen to become what I believe a beacon of light and a source of strength for many in our country. So I ask, ladies and gentlemen, with a hearty round of applause, please help me welcome the phenomenal Ms. Malebogo Max Molefe.
Thank you so much for that colorful introduction. Let me just quickly acknowledge the presence of the MD, the CEOs, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yes, I'm very pleased to be speaking to you this morning. I believe that you are as excited as I am to be part of this great moment. And to me, this is a celebration of a new dawn, a phenomenal reincarnation, and a promising progress. I often say that there are many things in life that can challenge us in a major way, which is detrimental to our health, our progress, our dealings with other individuals and businesses, which are no introduction to us all here today. They come in the form of stories, mostly through the media. They may not have affected us directly, but I believe one way or the other, they have impacted immensely in our societies, thus living sadness and fear, just to mention a few, not only in the lives of our families and friends, but even worse, the rest of the world. These challenges often corrupt our minds, they steal our self-esteem, they destroy our self-worth, and they leave us in despair. We are often lost, not knowing where to seek help when such situations come into our lives. And this is why today I felt that this story will resonate well with all challenges that people face, and will resonate with the celebration of today. I will quickly share a brief synopsis of my story, just to relate with the challenges that we often encounter in life. I was a very vibrant and outgoing young woman. A few years ago, I was a national basketball player, and I was working for Botswana Telecommunications. I had a very bright future ahead of me, and just like anyone else, I was in a relationship. This relationship was started very, very well. We were very much in love. We were young and very vibrant, and we were both athletes. But unfortunately, as time went by, the relationship started to get really depressing. There was issues of miscommunication, issues of cheating, As you may imagine that in many relationships, we keep going back and forth, hoping that it will get better with time, but sometimes it doesn't go as accordingly. So eventually the relationship broke irretrievably and we had to part ways. As it is normal that in many relationships, people keep coming back, trying to mend the relationship and talking about it, but I had really decided that I needed to go on with my life. And this is when the gentleman tried to apologize. He tried to beg and nag, but I had unfortunately moved on and I needed to just continue with my life. This did not sit well with him, but to cut the long story short, on that fateful night, he came unannounced and I heard a loud bang that woke me from my reverie. I was sleeping and it was around 2 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning. I shouted at the top of my voice because the only thing I expected during that night was that maybe thieves had come in and they were trying to attack me. Little did I know what fate awaited. I heard a familiar sound calling from outside, and as I reached out, I was shocked to find this gentleman because I knew that he was very far away and not in Gaborone, that he was somewhere 400 kilometers away. And this is when I tried to plead with him. I said, "What are you doing here at this hour?" And he said, "Please open up. I just want to talk." This was a voice filled with hope, with desperation. And then I tried to buy time and I asked if I could call his brother so that we could come and mend our issues with someone who would assist us. But he did not, he accepted that I could do that. I immediately picked the phone and I tried to call the number. I had not called the number, before it started ringing, he called me to a halt of horror as he displayed a gun from outside the window and he said, "Open up or I'm going to shoot you." I was not expecting this. I had never seen a real gun in my life and the sight of it was shuddering. Right then, that moment, he went around the house and he shot at the door menacingly a couple of times until he was able to break the door and forcefully gain entry. I had just sat there in total horror and I was shaking uncontrollably. And then he quickly instructed me to get dressed and I pulled my track pants and as he led me outside the door. When we reached the outside, I didn't know where he was taking me to. I was confused. Everything was happening so fast. I could hear sounds of people screaming outside and the sound or the echo of the gun echoing inside my ears. Right then, as he pushed the gate open, we saw lights. I was blinded by lights. Apparently, my neighbors might have heard the ruckus and called the police to my rescue. And the police were already there and the soldiers. He immediately pulled me back inside the yard and closed the gate. And he held me close and just by the wall. And he put the gun on the side of my head as I could feel that cold metal pressing and painfully on the side of my head, and he immediately pulled the trigger. The guards were on my sides. I heard a low clicking sound, but fortunately the gun had jammed. That is when he tried to release me from his grip and mend the gun appropriately. This is when I tried to flee for safety, but unfortunately he was too quick. I had not fled any further when I felt a sharp I had not fled any further when I felt a sharp object piercing through my body, and I fell face down on the ground. He came over and he shot a couple of times as I lay there still on the ground, bleeding profusely, and I heard one gunshot and he fell right next to me and he died on the spot. He had committed suicide. I immediately heard footsteps and someone was saying, it's a woman and a man. The woman is breathing and the man is dead. I tried in every ounce inside of me, lacking inside of me, to scream for help. And I said, please help me. This is when the authorities picked me from the ground. They loaded me on that vehicle and they took me to the hospital. I woke up the next day in a state of bewilderment. My parents were there, my family. It was a moment of crippling sadness. To cut the long story short, surviving the attack was one of the most difficult things and long-lasting experiences of my life. Firstly, there was the trauma. I was fighting for bare survivals only to undergo years of recuperation and rehabilitation. It was a painful time of my life. I was shot 8 times on different parts of my body, and as such, I sustained major injuries that left me fighting for my life for a very long time. I had lost hope. Secondly, there was the emotional and psychological part. I asked myself many questions. How could someone who had said that he loved me try to take my life? How could I not have seen the red flags? How could I have taken it and forgiven it? How could I go back and retain my life again? And how could I conducting the normal tasks of my lives now will be different? Thirdly, there was the disability. How could I go back to my work again? How could I look at my peers and tell them that I may not be able to walk? This was one of the most difficult things I had to accept, that my life had changed to such extremities and that I had to accept that that my life has changed. Moreover, I had lost my job. I could not see myself go back to that place again. I wondered how else my life was going to be, being in that state and having to adjust now, because as a disabled person, people look at you differently. You know, they judge you, they see you as less able, maybe even less important. So I needed to have a conversation with myself and see how I was then going to face my challenges and move on in life. Ladies and gentlemen, surviving an attack of this magnitude meant that I was angry. I blamed myself for my injuries, I blamed myself for his death. I needed answers as to why my perpetrator did what he did, for closure and for my peace. But unfortunately, he was not there, and I had to suffer the consequences myself. And moreover, we know that as situations happen to us, or whatever challenges we are faced with, there are so many things that people, you suffer humiliation. People look at you differently. The media also often writes so many things about you, and you feel attacked from, you suffer the backlash and you feel attacked from all angles. Now, how was I able to overcome all of this devastation? I started small. When I was at home recuperating, I had so many stories of young women losing their lives in the most brutal way. So I decided that I needed to do something to help them heal, or for women for them to learn from my mistakes and not be in similar situations. I wanted to be an example. I wanted other young girls to learn to be safe to learn from my mistake and be safe from potential harm, which means I reached out to women in the GBV fraternity to learn and to be able to relay my message well. It was a very difficult journey that I undertook, but I needed to do it so other people can learn from my mistakes and not suffer the same consequences. Eventually, I was able to, because of the work I did, I elevated and what became symbolic enough that I was then able to speak in high legal forums that addressed the judiciary, ministers, and presidents and other dignitaries and other people in Botswana in different platforms. And because of this work, I was rewarded and recognized and awarded in both locally and internationally. I'm the only woman in Botswana who has to this day received the International Woman of Courage Award, an award that was bestowed upon me by the former First Lady of the United States, Mrs. Melania Trump. And it is because of my resilience, my perseverance, and the will to live that I became recognized in that regard. Ladies and gentlemen, the story should be a reminder to us that challenges are there for us to learn and grow, and not forgetting that the story is for us to should be a reminder to let ourselves accept that challenges are there for us to learn and grow, not forgetting that experience is a great teacher. In life, there are hurdles that often pose setbacks, but the comeback is usually greater than the setback. These should give us true courage to be able to smile in the face of adversity while embracing our own vulnerabilities. Tough times are for us to get tougher and not to use the current pandemic as a negative block, but rather as an energizing moment for new ideas with your company. No matter where we go or what we do, there are always challenges. So there are always challenges ahead of us. It is not easy to just get by in life. We need to work hard to strive for excellence in every task, whether it is small or large, because whatever we accomplish is added to the country's accomplishments. And for a company such as yours, this success will lighten the burden on all technology projects and on all of the people who consume your products. Always remember that difficult roads often leads to beautiful destinations. This is a testimony it's the testimony of the excellent pedigree of liquid intelligence technology, and this here today is the ultimate celebration of the year as the world has been riddled by COVID-19. Far-reaching measures are useful to transform lives and businesses and can make a remarkable impact on the lives of your customers and the entire people of Africa. This is a very important achievement that brings together many strands of activity in Botswana. It is an embodiment of a new approach, a new basis for the culture of innovation. It is going to be widely capture new audiences, and you all should be proud of the efforts you contributed. In closing, as much as all of this represents endless possibilities, it also points to your potential to make your company a success, something that can become real through a collective determination, through perseverance, and the will to work as a team for optimum results. I therefore congratulate you on this official launch. I believe that the future, as the MD just alluded to, is liquid intelligent technologies. We are hoping for a better technology and a better connectivity as we use our devices. I thank you all for giving me the platform to reach out and bring consciousness to those that I have the privilege to address. A big thank you to those that invited me. Let me acknowledge Ma Nete and Sefalana for inviting me to this auspicious event. And let me say that I'm proud of this company for turning a dream to transform into a formidable reality. Please let me also allow me to give a big shout out to a friend of mine that I met earlier this morning who works for your company, Mr. MD, my dear friend, Mr. Hikori Kele. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Max. Thank you so much for sharing such a deeply personal and deeply painful story. I applaud you. I congratulate you on surviving and overcoming. It's what you went through, as I said earlier, no human being should have to live through. And it's fantastic that you'd be able to share that story with us. I hope each and every one of us here got something. I won't say what the point of having Max here was. The whole idea was to share a story of resilience, a story of courage, and hope that each and every one of us goes home or back to work after this, having gained something, feeling a little bit better, feeling a little bit stronger. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I invite the Director of Policy Development in the Ministry of Transport and Communications, Re Cecil Masiga, to share a few words on the role that liquid intelligent technologies has to play in developing Botswana's digital economy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cecil Masiga, as has been said by the Director of Ceremonies. I wish to acknowledge the BOCRA CEO, Martin Mokware, who is here present with us as a regulator. Among us, the dignitaries, we also have the Liquid Intelligent Networks Managing Director, Reta Majobe, as well as the Chairman of the ISP of Botswana, Dr. Ndove. The leaders who are here present, including Mem Max Molefe, who has just given us that noteworthy message of resilience and hope. A woman is a person of strength. I wish to also acknowledge the Liquid Intelligent Technologies executive team here present, the media, and you, ladies and gentlemen, who have been invited to this occasion. I happen to be a telecommunication engineer by background, who has now converted into policy making. Among us, the different conversations that we periodically have with the regulator, here represented by Remokware, is how to measure the success of our policy, legal, and regulatory frameworks. One of the indicators is the level of investments that you see in your area. He's charged, particularly him, to drive that particular indicator, because the level of investments talks to modernizations of our networks, availability of diverse services that are dearly needed in our environment. So I wish to talk to and motivate Liquid Telecom that the 83-kilometer fiber link that we're seeing needs to expand. Conversations needs to happen in different forums with the regulator, with ourselves as the ministry, as we seek to enable the environment for such investments to thrive, to see the areas which needs to be serviced. We have a lot of unserved areas and underserved areas in our country. These are the measures that we consistently speak about, that we desire to see a change happening. I've indicated that by profession I'm a telecom engineer, so when I received this invitation to come here with the rebranding of our company, Liquid Telecoms, to being Liquid Intelligent Technologies, it kind of excited me because I've always been enthralled by technology. As an engineer, it continues to enthrall me even today. And therefore, it marks that significant history. When we recall some of us who come from a long way back, 1982, Harijoana Telecoms, the day and era when we had 24-channel system, open wire system here, Francistown. You had to book your call today to make your call maybe in a couple of days. Today, instantly, you are able to do that. This marks a great achievement in our country, the transformation that you have undergone. Obviously, the director of ceremony was talking to the point there, digital economy. A lot more needs to be done in our country. Our country has been heavily dependent on minerals for enabling our economy to thrive, to provide for the economic interest as well as the social interest. A paradox in Ngore, there is always tension to balance the two. And therefore, it's gratifying to note where we have moved from analog systems, then purely mechanical, to today when we're talking about modern technologies that has been ushered into our environment. So it's gratifying in that sense. However, I would like to implore you, as you transition from that traditional telecom an infrastructure company to a business that is founded on technology, that the emphasis must be on technologies that offer superior services. It's really about the services that the clientele out there needs to enjoy. We are living in a difficult time, and paradox in here, pandemic in here, COVID-19. So as such, adoption of technologies that offer much more than just ubiquity, as you mentioned in there is your slide, mobility, video on demand, and so on and so forth. We need a lot more than that, right? So we will be watching with the regulator to measure the success of your company as a contributor to this journey that this country is taking on as it proceeds going forward. I'm thinking here of next generation based VoIP as an example that provide voice services over internal protocol stack regardless of the underlying technology. Regardless of the underlying technology, and regardless whether the voice service is provided over public internet-based on network neutrality. This is really fundamental because we want to transition, right? When you talk about the fourth industrial revolutions, this must be said in the same vein, right? Because we will be considering how we are advancing as a country to achieve greater heights. We are imploring you in your conversations. We want to hear that. We want to see those developments. We want to see those investments happening galore in our environment. You need to work with the regulator to appreciate and understand the underserved and unserved areas, and what else can we do to transform this digital agenda. One interesting thing now that having converted from being an engineer to a policymaker, the paradox between economic and social interests. I have said earlier on where there is a tension between the two. It's extremely difficult to balance those two. And that is why you are seeing mechanisms, including the Universal Services and Access Fund, being put in place. It's not the ideal way to approach things, because ordinarily with those investments that we are promoting through the different policies, legal and regulatory framework that we have in place, we're supposed to be automatically serving fully our clientele out there. It suggests where there is a problem when you see such a mechanism put in place. So the ideal is for you to play that meaningful role as a service provider in this liberal market that has been put in place for you to enjoy and thrive as a business concern in this country. It continues to be so. However, when there are challenges, ultimately as the policymaker, we are compelled to usher even more competition into place. And the KQNA may not necessarily be increasing per se. So watch the space, play your role, and let the market thrive. Otherwise, we intervene to correct that which you would have already played a role in correcting. When you're talking about this next generation networks, remember the achievement the goal is to achieve digital economy, where data and information becomes a commodity that we need to thrive on. I'm thinking here again, when you talk about IPTV, it should be IPTV over next generation networks that support the much needed level of quality of service as well as the quality of experience, distinguishing between the two. Because for the clientele out there, it is the ultimate, which is the quality of experience. And the quality of service is a measure for both diploma as engineers, because it ends at the interface proceeding towards the customer. The customer wants to know about the bill information, the service he gets through your company, your front desk offices, and so on and so forth. All this put in totality, accompanied by that quality of service, of course, right? So it's really important. But beyond that, just that much needed level of quality of service and quality of experience, we're looking for interactivity as one of the measures. We're looking for reliability. We're also looking for security, and I'm glad to hear about liquid cybersecurity. It should be known and understood in our national cybersecurity strategy that was approved last year as of October 2020. We are looking at the protection of our critical national information infrastructure, particularly because now these have become reliant on the cyberspace, on ICTs. And in our strategy, we have marked 10 of this as finance, communication, where you people are in, water, energy, public safety, health, food, and so on. In total, 10. And this needs to be protected. There is an invitation, ladies and gentlemen, for you who are in this space to the next, I'm taking opportunity to digress a bit. We have invited you to next week where we are having a workshop on cybersecurity risk assessment, the workshop. We need to come and participate. These are not so exciting conversations, but really, really important for our economy to thrive. When you talk about intelligent networks, you mean galore opportunities for exploitation by intruders. That's really what you mean. And therefore, participate in such conversations to help us as the policymaker, as the regulator, in these conversations of how can we protect this critical national information infrastructure becomes a pivotal conversation that we need to have with you, supporting us as the policymaker, really to support you ultimately, because it's the economy is in your hands. You as Liquid Telecoms, you are at a point in time where the conversation that is currently happening is about data sovereignty, and I was excited when you spoke about Liquid Cloud. This has become a very pivotal conversation because we recognize and note with worry that much of our data resides outside the country, and we need to bring it back home here, because we are able, we are capable as a country. The infrastructure is supreme. We need to acknowledge that. But we can take it even to higher levels as you people participate in this thing. Remember, the conversation is about achieving the digital economy where data is a commodity. I would like to have had you, when we were speaking to that, perhaps, or diploma at one time or another, where in this liberal market of ours that we have, you should be talking about that cloud technology of yours, me ele construed, ele where you have adopted a layered cloud architecture, cloud service models with multiple categories your clientele can choose from. All right? So it's not just about the cloud technology per se, but construed in its totality, where it should be a cloud architecture, cloud service models with multiple categories your clientele can choose from, including cloud deployment models, because they are more than just the usual infrastructure as a service. Right? We're looking for computing as a service and others, communications as a service, looking at all those aspects in your business model. We are challenging you to rise up to the occasion to be able to do that, right? And if you are doing it correctly, you will be contributing meaningfully, because the government has got a grand agenda in place at this moment of transcending the challenges that we have had. The hurdles and challenges will always be there. We need to transcend and rise up to where we need to be, right? We are transforming this economy. The government is doing so fully, very, very, very seriously. And truly so, when we speak about intelligent technologies, as your name suggests, we should be witnessing in our environment, for instance, multiple access edge computing. Not just edge computing, but multiple access edge computing in our environment that enable smart assets, smart gateways, smart systems, and smart services. Again, we are challenging you as you transform. It should not just be in name, the rebranding, but in actual fact, the services out there that we shall be enjoying as a country. This will truly reflect the digital economy, because everything will be put in place for us to thrive as an economy, as a people, because we are capable to do that. And in conclusion, as I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, with the maturation of such technologies as cloud computing, big data, deep learning, the industrialization of artificial intelligence has been developed. And the advent of such should be occurring in our environment as a country. Another indicator of attainment of the digital economy, driving this thing, with the direct contribution of the ICT sector, rising from, 2.5 to about 25%, even more than 25%. And why not? Because we got intelligent young people in our country who we can only transform for the back on challenges like the applications that can be developed very easily by these clever young people, giving them the platforms to utilize that. Be a leader in this area. We employ you. A move from legacy environments demands from ourselves as the policymaker, as the regulator, we reappraise our regulatory regime, including our laws, our regulations. We'll rise to the occasion. I'm committing the regulator seated here, as you deploy this, we'll rise to the occasion and revamp that. We have already commenced, by the way. For instance, we're talking about submission and fulfillment of the long outstanding communications regulations. We are doing that process. Even yesterday we were at it. We are developing our cybersecurity law. There is a lot more other things that we need to be doing. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It took long, but this is exciting because technology is what I thrive on and I enjoy. I wish we see those developments happen in our environment. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Ramasira. Ramokwati, I think it's safe to say they are watching. They've laid down the challenge. Now it's incumbent upon us to prove that we can go above and beyond what they have asked of us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we draw closer to the end of our program, I invite Bokra CEO, Re Martin Mokhare, to share some insights from the regulator's perspective into Liquid Intelligent Technology's role in helping them achieve their mandate. After he's done, there'll be a short video that'll tell you a little bit more about the journey to Liquid Intelligent Technologies.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Peño. Thank you, Tamajobe, for inviting me here. Ramasira, thank you, my brother. When people are putting on masks, nobody knows who is who. So it's like in a certain Asian country where we all look alike. So, and especially that now I'm a bit colored, people will think that I'm Masira or I'm Peño. Or so, Director of Ceremonies, thank you, Ramasira from the Ministry. Re Odirile, Chairman of ISPA Botswana, Dr. Ndove, I welcome you. CEOs and other captains of industry. Liquid Intelligent Technologies staff, members of the media. Today marks a significant development of the Botswana communications sector. As Liquid Intelligent get Botswana lit, I understand the word lit in other language, it means awesome. So this is very awesome. As you position yourself to spread your wings and fly higher by unveiling your new brand. This is a great milestone that I'm privileged to share in on behalf of my board and the entire Bokra family. It is therefore in order that from the onset I congratulate you, Liquid Intelligent Technologies, for arriving at this point. Truly, occasions like this are worth celebrating because they signify growth and development, particularly in the ever so changing digital world that we live in. I take note with great sense of expectation that the envisaged objective of this rebranding exercise marks the advent of Liquid's extensive business transformation from being a telecommunications and digital service provider to being a fully fledged one-stop technology group for local businesses. I say local because you have been talking about Africa. Now I want you to talk about Botswana. I want you to connect Botswana. And you start home. Then after that, you can spread your wings higher. My sense of anticipation is particularly heightened by Leeds' intention to expand and add cloud business, like you're talking about it, at cybersecurity services, and other technologies to its existing telecoms and connectivity capabilities. I'm informed that LIT will be leveraging on its gold partnership status to work with Microsoft in redefining its network and the cloud business and the cybersecurity offerings. That strategic partnership is very critical. Even more attractive is your proposal to further engage with government and the local business community. That 883, just put a 0 at the end. You'll have done it in just a year. Cross over to Francistown, then to Ramakwebana, then to Zimbabwe, then take the Zambezi. You said you are the first to cross the Zambezi. Take advantage of that. I always talk of affordability. As you bring more people into our licensing sphere, we expect affordability to be key. So, Liquid, I look up to you on that particular issue. The objective of today's launch fit in with the increased consumer demands for data services and the need for rapid broadband network expansions. That's why I say just put a 0 on that, then the network will have expanded. BOCRA sees this strategic repositioning as a cause for celebration as it promises to bring a solution to the current realities of bandwidth-hungry applications and interventions. You know that people like to download movies. People like to watch UPIC. People like to watch DSTV on their application. And we have got our own brand here called UPIC. I think the UPIC people are here. You must have invited them. Yes. They should take advantage of that and even come to you, even if they've got their own. You talked of redundancy. It doesn't mean you are redundant, but it means you are the fall guy. Colleagues in the industry, you'll recall very well that Botswana approved the National Broadband Strategy, which charts a holistic and coordinated approach to the implementation of the ICT's ecosystem to the country. The overall vision of the broadband strategy is to connect every citizen, every business, and communities to a high-speed broadband infrastructure at appropriate quality of services and affordable prices. In line with this broadband strategy, I expect Liquid Intelligent Technologies to play a critical role of supporting government's digital transformation strategy. Equally, I expect LIT to facilitate universal connectivity of all Botswana and support innovation. Ramasira was talking of the unserved and underserved and the rural communities. Anyway, I liked it when you said you have identified 5 institutions. I would assume it's the universities of Botswana, and soon we will be launching the NREN, the National Education Research Center, something like that. So I think you'll be playing a part on that. So with your abundant capacity, please support that. The challenges facing the communication sector today, propelled by pervasive internet services, are more than just connectivity. As we have grown accustomed to, we know. They demand affordable and innovative solutions to address complex consumer expectations across the 4 corners of our wide and sparsely populated country. More importantly, BOCRA as a regulator views this launch as an important step towards enhancing market competition with the ultimate output of increasing consumer choice and affordability. I expect that Liquid enters the market with a single focus, and that is to bring the market a unique and affordable service offering proposition. Director of Ceremonies, relevant to what we are gathered here for this morning is the BOCRA's 5-year strategy that seeks to deliver a digitally driven and connected society. In pursuit of this strategic imperative, BOCRA, through its special vehicle, which is called the Universal Access and Service Fund, is pursuing projects aimed at ensuring that Botswana in remote, rural, and underserved areas have access to ICTs. Other market players have undertaken similar projects across the country. The net effect of all these increased activities is ensure that Botswana become a part of the information society. Allow me, Director of Ceremonies, to conclude my remarks by once again congratulating the lead group for the launch and wishing it a successful and effective participation in the development of Botswana communications sector. As the world braces itself to harness all the promises associated with Internet of Things and the 4th Industrial Revolution, you could not have chosen a better time to refocus and recommit. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the courtesy of your kind attention. Thank you very much.
It's been months of hard work, laboring to see this through, and the culmination of where we are now. It's taken a lot of teamwork, and I'm proud to say that what we've got right now is something that's dynamic and something that our local market needs right now.
As Liquid Intelligent Technologies, we are opening the door to the world. We are giving Botswana the opportunity really to embrace digitalization.
Now Botswana is connected to the 80,000 kilometer fiber network that belongs to Liquid in Africa. My name is Mwedisa Diploma Mokhati. I'm the Chief Engineer for Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana. The liquid fiber is going to impact connectivity for the country in terms of diversity because now we are going to have a route in Lobatse, which was not explored before, minimizing any possibility of blackout in terms of internet provision for the country. It's bringing a fast internet because it's leveraging on the data center and fiber infrastructure for Liquid, as well as the multiple peering that Liquid has with the content providers.
We've got managed services, we've got bespoke solutions in place for our customers. We are a direct gold partner with Microsoft, and with that they've got a whole range of products that are going to be available to the local market. My name is Sefalana Muputing. I'm the head of sales at Liquid Intelligent Technologies. We've optimized our network and our technological capabilities to be able to give you this diverse product offering.
What's critical with this rebranding as well as introduction of the new strategy is ensuring that we have the right skills in place. I am Joyce Manamizi. I am the Finance Director as well as Human Resources here at Liquid Intelligent Technologies Botswana. At Liquid, the culture that we have fostered is one where we are proud of what we offer to our customers. It's a culture that they carry whoever joins us as well. It's such a huge milestone to have fostered this, and a team of energetic people who are there for the customer. Regardless of where the business is, we have satellite services. Regardless of the size of the business, our products are scalable. We want to reach each and every Botswana and provide them with access to these solutions that not only improve their lives, but as well from a financial perspective, will improve your bottom line.
I am Captain Khomotso Patsima. I'm one of the first female military pilots. I'm the president and founder of Dare to Dream. We are dedicated to the advancement of youth, women and girls in STEM as well as aviation and aerospace. I started Dare to Dream to inspire the next generation and give them a chance I never had. Fast internet that is provided to us by Liquid, we are able to further our mission and reach as many young people as possible across Botswana.
They give us good pricing. They're very open to discussion and negotiations. I'm Sean Irish and I'm the MD of Nashua Botswana Group of Companies. It's a great thing that we can see an African-born company growing within Africa, and I think that's a great thing for all of us.
The Botswana customer can look forward to, really great customer experience, increased quality of service, and they can expect to see a lot more of us, because right now we want to be out there in the local market and showcasing our products and services.
One more time. All right, ladies and gents, our final speaker for today is the chairperson of the ISP Association, Dr. Bernard Ndove. We've had quite a few challenges being laid down to lit. I like that, Ramokhar. I like that. It's lit. It's lit. Laying down some challenges. So now we give the opportunity to the ISPA to share their thoughts and their challenge and share with us what they would like to see from liquid intelligent technologies going forward.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by acknowledging Re Martin Mokhare, CEO ya Bokra, regulator ya rona, Re Udirile Tamajobe, who invited us to come and see the transformation he's going through. Re Masiha, always there to ensure that all the framework, the policies are actually in sync with what is happening on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Bernard Ndove. I'm chairman of Botswana Internet Service Providers Association. As an association, we are there to ensure that we are able to provide the last mile to the customer. We are the link that gives the last experience to the customer. But we need a backhaul or the core network to actually feed us in order for us to give the customer quality of service, to give the customer quality of experience. We have met a lot of challenges, some of them regulatory, some of them market-driven, some of them socially, some of them economically. But of all these challenges, we had to hurdle through, we had to thrive to ensure that we progressively give our customers quality of experience. In the endeavor to do that, the challenges that we met is that as ISPs, first of all, we don't have the infrastructure. We have to piggyback or buy from the likes of Botswana Fiber Networks, who have done a great job in servicing the whole country. But they can't do it alone. And through Bokra, we have been able to see market players coming in the likes of Liquid Intelligent Telecommunication, who have brought in not only a redundant link, but a choice, an option for us to be able to service the last mile. In the endeavor to do so, we tried to build our own networks through wireless infrastructures. They have their own challenges because they've got a lot of interferences. But through LEAD, we are very excited that not only do we have a choice, not only do we have a redundant link, we also have a myriad of other services which they are bringing us for. These services will be able to bundle them and give them to our esteemed customers. We have to live in a transformed world, in the new normal where everyone depends on communication. For you to learn, you need to have a device to access your e-learning platforms. For you to transact with a bank, you need a device that's connected for you to be able to do those financial transactions, for you to get services such as water. You need to be connected so that you are able to check your balances, to log in your queries. If there is a leakage or whatever, we need communication. So our life has changed. As it changes, it needs a choice. We cannot rely on only one provider. We need a lot of choices. This is what LEAD brings to us. They have shown us that they have links throughout Africa. Not only do they go into Africa, they go to the rest of the world. To have redundancy, you need to have like a bicycle wheel that have got spokes that go left, right, center, east, west. And we need those in order that if a certain service is down, we can then switch on automatically, a blink of an eye, without you, the customer, noticing that a certain link has gone down. My fellow internet service providers are using these advantages to ensure that we give you quality of experience. We have been through challenges, and as I was listening to Mamolefe earlier on, I was really touched. But what gave me hope was her resilience to all the challenges, to accept the challenges that you are facing, and to come up with a solution that will ultimately drive you to where you want to be. As a people, let's go through that. We have gone through challenges. Let's look to her and say, oh, she's gone through a lot. Businesses go through the same thing. There are times that the pula is devalued, and you are left with nothing. Where you thought, I have 100 million pula in the bank, the valuation comes down the line, you have 50,000. I went through such an experience myself when the pula was devalued. I just imported in a consignment for one of my customers. It was worth about 6 million pula at that time. But that consignment, I was importing it in, it was US dollar based. By the time the consignment arrived on a Friday, the devaluation opened over the weekend. On Monday morning, when I woke up, the 6 million pula has been devalued to 4.3. And I had a deficit. It was the first time since ICT Dynamics was formed, company that I ran in 2001, that I posted a big loss. Did I lie down? No, I came up with strategies. Did she lie down? She didn't. She came up with resilient strategies to ensure survival, to ensure there is a tomorrow, to ensure that other people could learn from what transpired. Liquid Telecom was, today it's LEAD. Give us the future. Let's leave the legacy behind. We under BOCRA, we are called value-added network providers. We are no longer internet service providers. We need to add value into the connections that we give you. But those values, we can only get them from edge zones. Those values, we can only get them from your cloud offering. But as we give the last mile, we are also bringing in a challenge: security. IP is a good thing. IP is an elephant in the room. Because with an IP address, I can find you. I can trace you. I can know who you are. And if I can do that, I can infiltrate you. I can steal your money without you knowing. I can defame you. Those are the challenges brought in by these nice communication technologies. Lead. Your offerings should embrace and protect our customers such that their private information is private, such that their communications is encrypted. Then we'll have data sovereignty, data privacy. Re le Botswana re ikategile. Information ya rona e se konte e le mo gae. Re kgona go itshireletsa. I'm very gratified to have this opportunity to grace your occasion. And I would like to finish by saying it's always in the name. When I formed my company called ICT Dynamics in 2001, at that time, the name that was a buzzword was computer company or information systems. When I came with the name ICT Dynamics, they asked me, where does it come from? I said, it's information communication technologies brought together, the dynamism of that. And I've demonstrated that during the course of 20 years that ICT Dynamics has been living. As you bring this name, Liquid Intelligent Technologies, we want those intelligent technologies live by your name. It's all in the name. When Patimo came with Dare to Dream, she had that. It's in the name. She's challenging young girls. Dare to dream. Come into this STEM and ensure you embrace it. Don't be afraid. Repenyo, let me thank the guests for having graced the relaunch of LEAD. And LEAD, I look forward to working with you, with my fellow BISPA members. Let's connect Botswana, wherever they are, the serviced, unserviced, and the underserviced. Ke a leboga.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ndove. May I now ask all our speakers to join Dr. Ndove on stage. And I would then also like to invite our two strategic partners who were kind enough to share and lend us their voices and faces for the video, Sean from Nashua, as well as Captain Patsima from Dare to Dream. If you could also join us up front so that we perform the ceremony that we are here for. Max, you two, please. I think what we'll do for balance, we'll have two gentlemen with Max in front of the stage. And then we'll have Captain Patsima here also breaking the monotony. And then I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to join us as we about to formally and officially rebrand into Liquid Intelligent Technology. So what we're going to do, we're going to count down from 5. Are we ready? Are we ready? Yes. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Liquid Intelligent Technologies is now officially in Botswana. Yeah, I like that. And we are now at the end of our program. Before we leave, just a couple of things. The media, there's going to be an opportunity for a briefing and Q&A with Re Tamajobe. You'll be shown to where the media room is. Everybody else, the stage is here, the confetti is here. There's opportunities to take pictures. I think the Lit Exco might want to take a group photo together, and then maybe MD will join you guys a little bit later. For the rest of us, snacks and refreshments are on offer outside. And then please, before you leave, there's a goodie bag and gift bag for you. Once you finish networking and doing business and having some coffee and snacks, on your way out, please remember to pick up the goodie bag. Once again, my name is Penya Moroka. Thank you so much for being here to join us. Thank you for your patience and have a fantastic day. God bless. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Hey, I like when I got a koya hit again.